The confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 1,966, with 4 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 16 additional cases were reported and no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's Monday, July 26. LA County has seen nearly 2,000 new coronavirus cases today as the Delta variant continues to spread. 745 people are currently hospitalized, almost doubling in the last 2 weeks, with the county approaching 25,000 deaths since the pandemic began early last year. Over the weekend, the LA County Public Health Director, Dr. Barbara Ferrer, warned that the Delta variant is one of the most aggressive and infectious respiratory diseases known. It currently makes up more than 80% of sequenced cases in the county. Coronavirus cases increased in our area by 135% between July 3rd and 16th. Dr. Ferrer says getting vaccinated is still the best way to stay protected. California health officials announced a vaccine verification and testing program that affects all state employees starting next month. Governor Gavin Newsom held a press conference today highlighting new state efforts to encourage more Californians to get vaccinated against COVID-19. State workers will need to have evidence of vaccination by August 2nd. Unvaccinated employees will have to take mandatory COVID-19 tests at least once a week and wear masks. This new program also applies to state healthcare workers. Now, if they don't get vaccinated, well, they'll have to take 2 tests a week. It's also recommended for them to wear N95 masks. State health officials are aiming for full compliance of state employees by August 23rd. Now, this comes as COVID-19 cases continue to increase statewide. 600 patients have been hospitalized daily over the past 3 days. The 7-day average is now at 6,400 cases. State health officials reiterate that most of the new cases are among those who are not vaccinated. They urge those who have not gotten their shots yet to do so. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention may bring back face mask rules as coronavirus cases soar nationwide. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious diseases expert, says the U.S. is in an unnecessary predicament fueled by unvaccinated Americans and the Delta variant. Dr. Fauci adds that we are going in the wrong direction, leading the CDC to weigh the option of revising its guidelines to recommend mask wearing again. He also says booster shots may be suggested for people with suppressed immune systems who have already been vaccinated. Government experts are reviewing early data, and Fauci suggests some of the most vulnerable individuals, such as cancer patients or those who received organ transplants, are likely to be recommended to get the additional dose. More than 163 million people, or 49% of the total U.S. population, are fully vaccinated. 57% of those who are eligible for the vaccine have gotten their shots so far. A snow leopard at the San Diego Zoo tested positive for the virus that causes COVID-19. Wildlife care specialists noticed on Thursday that the male animal had a cough and a runny nose. Multiple tests confirmed that he had the SARS-CoV-2 virus. The result was sent as required to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Veterinary Services Laboratories, which will have to confirm the positive test. Now, the snow leopard is quarantined and recovering without any additional symptoms at this time. He shared his habitat with 3 other animals. Veterinarians assume they've all been exposed and quarantine them as well. The vets are closely monitoring the group and will treat symptoms as they may arise. As a result, the Amur leopards and snow leopards exhibits are closed to zoo visitors until further notice. Now, officials don't know how the male snow leopard got the infection. Zoo and safari park officials have been using personal protective equipment and following strict cleaning and disinfecting protocols. Executive Director Dwight Scott says guests visiting the San Diego Zoo should feel confident in knowing they are not at risk from the wildlife they may encounter during their visit. He asks unvaccinated guests to wear a mask and practice social distancing. Meanwhile, the zoo recently received a donation of a coronavirus vaccine intended for use in protecting animals against the coronavirus. Veterinary teams and wildlife care specialists at both the San Diego Zoo and Safari Park are in the process of administering the vaccine doses to animals most at risk, including cheetahs, lions, and tigers. El Segundo residents who had to relocate from their homes due to smell from the recent sewage spill can now get some money to supplement their evacuations. The city of LA is offering hotel reimbursements to help cover the cost of their stay of up to $182 a night. City officials apologize for any inconvenience experienced as a result of the flooding incident on July 11th. 17 million gallons of sewage spilled into the ocean from the Hyperion water plant, closing miles of beaches from El Segundo to the southern end of Playa del Rey. Affected residents can visit lacitysand.org to apply. They can also call 1-800-773-2489 to express specific concerns or to file a complaint. A beef jerky company is recalling more than 100 pounds of its products due to misbranding and undeclared allergens. Top Notch Jerky, LLC, based in Sugar City, Idaho, is recalling 107 pounds of ready-to-eat beef jerky. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service announced that the product contains anchovies, a known allergen, which is not declared on the label. The buffalo-style flank steak beef jerky snacks were produced on July 12th. 2.25-ounce and 1-ounce bags of the jerkies are being recalled. Now, these items were produced for, shipped, and distributed to PGA golf events in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Memphis, Tennessee. They were available to PGA Tour athletes, trainers, and staff. There have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions linked to these snacks, but authorities are concerned that they may be at PGA events. They recommend the products get thrown out or return to the place of purchase. Business owners looking to stay and grow in California can now apply for the California Competes tax credit beginning today. California Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development announced that this year, nearly $395 million would be made available in the 2021-2022 fiscal year. Applications are being accepted beginning today through August 16th, with $150 million allocated for this first application period. The next two opportunities to apply won't be available until January and March of next year. Businesses of any size can apply, and the credit is available statewide to all industries. Now, the goal of the program was to attract and retain high-value employers in California in industries with high economic multipliers and those who provide their employees with good wages and benefits. The process takes about 90 days from the time an application is submitted and reviewed and sent to the committee for approval. Upcoming webinars are scheduled and are highly encouraged if you're interested in applying. The first one takes place on Wednesday, July 28th from 9:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. You must register ahead to join. Go to business.ca.gov for more information. Well, every fourth grader in California can visit state parks for free, thanks to a new pilot program signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. Newsom signed the legislation last Thursday, which was advocated by First Partner Jennifer Siebel Newsom as part of her California for All Kids initiatives. It supports children's physical, mental, and social emotional well-being. The First Partner tweeted this video sharing her excitement. She says, quote, no state is better positioned than California to leverage the great outdoors to augment our community's health and well-being, especially for youth in underserved communities. Assembly Bill 148 establishes the California State Park Adventure Pass, a 3-year pilot program that waives day-use entrance fees to 19 parks for 4th graders and their families for a full year. Governor Newsom signed another bill earlier this month that includes $5.6 million to fund the new State Park Adventure Pass, as well as $3 million to establish the State Library Park Pass, which allows those with library cards to gain a free day-use access to state parks. A recent report shows that 70% of low-income communities across the country live in nature-deprived areas. California State Parks Director Armando Quintero says it's the first time the state has seen such programs to help children and families to explore state parks. The Katy Geyser Civic Center Library is undergoing repairs to its air conditioning system. Now, this location will be closed the rest of today and all day Tuesday. Other library branches remain open today and tomorrow for those seeking alternatives. Locations at El Retiro, Henderson, North Torrance, Southeast Torrance, and Walteria will all be open on weekdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Library workers say computer sessions will be limited at the branch locations to 1 hour. We now have a look at our city's newest Rose Parade float. The Torrance Rose Float Association submitted its 66th entry. It's called the Embodiment of Nature, and the conceptual design was chosen through a contest open to high school students within the city of Torrance. The float features an elephant and a toucan, highlighting the warmth and beauty of the animal kingdom while promoting awareness of endangered species, the dangers they face, and the realities of habitat destruction, pollution, and the shrinking of rainforests. Float organizers say the main goal is to encourage everyone that if we believe it, we can achieve the dream of providing protection and safety to animals and the places they call home. The city of Torrance is currently updating its 6-cycle housing element of the general plan. Since 1969, California has required all local governments to meet the housing needs of everyone on all economic levels in the community and mandated a state policy. Well, this policy requires local jurisdictions to update the housing element every 8 years, and the next revised housing element must be adopted by the Torrance City Council by mid-October of this year. In preparation, the Community Development Department will host a virtual community outreach meeting on the housing element update at a special workshop on Wednesday, July 28th at 6 p.m. This workshop will provide information on the housing element update and housing corridor study process. The community is invited and encouraged to participate in the planning process. For more information, visit the Community Development Department's website. You can also email any questions to cddinfo@torranceca.gov. The Torrance Art Museum's Ultra Public Art Exhibition is going on right now. Unique artworks are scattered throughout the city of Torrance, and take a look at a few at Wilson Park. This installation, called A Family Affair, is by artist Narciso Martinez and is hung prominently outside the D. Hardison Sports Center. It represents the artist's personal experience as a farm worker. Now, this next one right here by the batting cages is called Currents/Tides by Glenn Wilson. It incorporates community places most often shared in Southern California and pushes the viewer to consider the evolution of the communities, their histories, and legacies. You can see these installations and more in person. Just download an online guide map at torranceartmuseum.com/ultra. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is. and how Torrance truly cares. More than 1,200 households turned out at Del Amo Fashion Center on Friday for a free drive-through food giveaway. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn's office teamed up with the LA Regional Food Bank to provide these free meals. Supervisor Hahn tweeted these pictures thanking the county's disaster service workers for making sure everybody who stopped by drove away with a big box of food. What a wonderful way to help our community during this ongoing pandemic. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you would like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Rhianna Trutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.